Hello, dear students. Here are we again with Chapter 8, Class 9, Motion by Fatima Convent High School, E-Physics Gallery, presented by Dipali. We are going to study today the next topic related to motion, that is, rate of change of velocity. Now, in the previous session, we studied what is velocity. We know that when speed is accomplished or associated with direction, then it is called as velocity. And velocity is displacement upon time. Average velocity is initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. But what if there is a change in this velocity in day-to-day life, as velocity cannot be constant? So, let us understand what is rate of change of velocity. During uniform motion of an object along a straight line, the velocity remains constant with time. In this case, the change in velocity of the object for any time interval is zero. However, in non-uniform motion, velocity varies with time. In It has different values at different instants and at different point of path. Thus, the change in velocity of the object during any time interval is not zero. Can we now express the change in velocity of the object? The answer to this question says we have to introduce another physical quantity called acceleration. So, can we call acceleration, which is a measure of change in velocity of an object per unit time? That is, acceleration is change in velocity upon time taken. If velocity of an object changes from an initial value u to final value v in time t, the acceleration a is equal to v minus u upon t. This kind of motion is known as accelerated motion. The acceleration is taken to be positive if it is in the direction of velocity and negative if it is in the opposite direction to the direction of velocity. The SI unit of acceleration is meter per second square. Now, let us understand what is uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. If an object travels in a straight line and its velocity increases or decreases by equal amount in equal interval of time, then the acceleration of the object is said to be uniform. The object of a freely falling body is an example of uniformly accelerated motion. On the other hand, an object can travel with a non-uniform acceleration if its velocity changes at a non-uniform rate. For example, if a car is traveling on a straight line road increases its speed by unequal amount in equal interval of time, then the car is said to be moving with non-uniform acceleration. In our everyday life, you come across a range of motion in which acceleration is in the direction of motion, acceleration is against the direction of motion, acceleration is uniform, and acceleration is non-uniform. Can you identify one example each for the above type of motion? That would be an activity to find out for you as a homework. Now let us understand this and summarize what is acceleration. So, acceleration is change in velocity upon time taken which is denoted by A is equal to V minus U upon T, where V stands for final velocity, U stands for initial velocity, T stands for time, and A is acceleration. And the unit of acceleration is meter per second upon second, as unit of velocity is meter per second and unit of time is second. So the unit will be meter per second square. When we talk about uniform acceleration, and non-uniform acceleration, we are talking about time, which is equal in both the cases, and velocity, which is again time, distance, and direction is equal, and here it is unequal. Now acceleration A can be positive, A can be negative, and A can be 0. Now when is this possible? When initial velocity is smaller than final velocity, or final velocity is when final velocity is greater than initial velocity, A is positive. When final velocity is less than initial velocity, A is negative. And when initial and final velocity are equal to each other, A is 0. I hope this much is very clear to you. This is the concept of acceleration. Thank you.